So this is the type of stuff that you have to remove. This and dirt, weeds that build up down here at the bottom. And if somebody just tries to push it in using a blower from the outside without going inside, and they actually build it up between the rows, this is what causes your tubes to rot out over time and cause you a coil replacement and expensive repairs. So this stuff has to be eliminated every season or more often. And if you can get rid of the problem, gonna have to get some weed killer back here or something like that and clean all this out. And it doesn't matter if the coil looks clean on the outside if you didn't go deep from inside and push it outwards and get all the dirt and muck out. Like on this one here I'm cleaning, so it looks clean on the outside, but actually deep inside between the rows it's heavy with dirt and mud, because if you spray it on the outside, you just push it in, and unless you can spray all the way through or from the inside pushing out and you can get a clear shot, the mud hits the second coil or the third coil, and then it runs down in between and it gathers up like a pile of mud on the inside, but you don't see it. It stays wet all years as you go through heating and cooling cycles, and there's acids or alkalines that are in your natural mud and soils, or a chemical plant, or a bakery next door, or maybe you have a bread manufacturer who's putting yeast in the air and it grows, and that stuff eats away at your coil. So here's one that I started working on earlier. You can see how dirty these are. You can see all the mud inside, and this all builds up inside. And these were non-using units. These are units that weren't in operation. Here's one that wasn't in operation, and it looked like this on the inside earlier. And literally not being in operation, the coil was just stacked with mud down inside there. And this is what rots them out. You want to keep them clean. And a lot of you guys who sign maintenance service contracts with a company to come in coil, they'll just clean the outside. And unless you have your own mechanical guy or your maintenance for who actually opens up and looks inside, you never know that they didn't clean out the coils in between and leave a lot of dirt there. And if you have like a 20-ton system, a 60-ton system, and you now have a $100,000 repair bill, or a you know, have to change a coil or a unit out because after 5 or 10 years the guys didn't clean it out, even though a guy comes out and he cleans the outside every year and makes it look pretty so they get paid, but they actually never clean it out to the point where you can actually look deep through it and you could see the light. You see that light through the other side? Well, it doesn't matter if it just looks good up here. You have to come all the way down to the very bottom rows and be able to see light all the way below the bottom tube. If you can't see, all of a sudden you had a company come out and they did a maintenance, you open up a panel and try to look inside and you see the bottom 1, 2, or 3 rows totally black and plugged up with dirt. Call them up, get their asses back out there and reservice your equipment. Otherwise, demand your money back, and because they're not doing their job. Now, there's a difference. Now, if you're the maintenance and you're the owner of this equipment, or you're the service manager or the mechanical engineer on a job site, maybe the company wouldn't agree to a coil splitting or an opening up, and they don't want to pay that extra labor to clean that out. That better be written out very explicitly on the contract, that either you do want to pay for that extra labor to have a guy come in here and actually clean it out really good in between coils and break coils open or go from the inside panels out, or you just want an annual maintenance cleaning on the outside so it looks pretty, but it'll cost you tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses years later by not thoroughly cleaning your systems out. But you got to know, you got to pay for it. Nothing's for free. And these are my systems that I like installing. These are the LG units. And even though this has just been sitting for years, I'm putting it into operation now. I'm cleaning the hell out of them to make sure they're clean before they go into use on their first use. And since I already have the hose out here and the pressure washer, I'm hitting all the other ones. I'm going to do all the service on the other ones and get all the soil and all the debris out of the fins, so the client can have nice, cool operating systems that I can now just start. You can see as the fan is spinning up here, you could see in the, let's see if you could see it. Let me find the angle. Can I see it in the camera? Damn, I can't see it in the camera. With my eyes, I could see it. There we go. If you could see the shadow, I'm looking through the coils at the spinning fan shadow on the inside of the unit. See what I'm looking at from back here? And you see that spinning back there? Prior to this, you could not see that. I already cleaned this one. And now I'm coming over to these, which this one's not too bad. This is the shadow, a little bit of shadow. But this stuff all has to go and clean these out, because these should last a good 20 years, hopefully, or more, if we could keep them clean. That's the only thing. And I have an advantage here. This is reverse osmosis water I'm hooked up to. They got a reverse osmosis system in here, so I have like deionized, purified water. And reverse osmosis water is like a chemical that latches on the salts from the air and dissolves the salts without using any chemicals, and dissolves salts. As you're mechanically washing, you're also dissolving salts when you're using reverse osmosis water, because it's like has this negative ion that wants to just attach to anything and strip it out and clean it, but it doesn't stay there because it dries off immediately. And so it does a really good cleaning, but very few people have access to reverse osmosis water. All right, guys, this is how I'm spending my Saturday. We're got these units not in use yet, and this is the one we're just putting into use right now. And catch you on the next one.